We need to talk about creepy Corey Gamble. This man has been dating superstar Kris Jenner for some time, but we don't know enough about his past. And what we do know, it is concerning because Corey has been exposed as a vindictive and violent man. He is close to some of the shadiest people in Hollywood. And honestly, I'm concerned for the Kardashians. So let's get into it. I know we just started the new year, but this winter has been rough, and all I want to do is relax. There's a game I've been playing during my downtime, and it's my new favorite thing. Word Farm Adventures is an app that's available on Android and iOS devices, and it allows you to solve crossword puzzles and complete word Scrabble missions all from your mobile phone. There are so many cute animals featured in this game, and it's super entertaining because it's the first app to ever cross over amazing word puzzle games with Scape Adventures. All you need to do is visit my link in the description below and try it out for yourself. By using my link, you will receive a welcome bonus, which will give you an advantage. While playing the game, there are so many levels to choose from with amazing locations to rebuild. I personally love playing at the county fair or at the farm, but keep in mind that Word Farm Adventures is constantly adding new locations to the game. So check it out using my link in the description below and have a blast playing the game. I have been loving it and I know you guys will too. Thank you Word Farm Adventures for sponsoring this video and enjoy. So today we're going to be talking about America's most famous family, the Kardashians. In particular, Kris Jenner. She is an American media personality, socialite, and a businesswoman. She's the momager to all of her children, and she's pretty much the head of the Kardashian-Jenner empire. Kris Jenner is an extremely successful woman, and you guys may be wondering, well, what about her partner, Corey? We see him everywhere with Kris going out and about, and they seem to be a happy couple. But fans have questions, and there's a good reason why. Because after doing research on Corey Gamble, I uncovered a lot. I found it interesting that Corey Gamble doesn't have a Wikipedia page because most people in Hollywood do have a Wikipedia page, especially someone who's been part of such a big family for some time. They would have at least created him one. So part of me thinks that he has kept himself off of Wikipedia on purpose. There is a Kardashian fan Wikipedia page, but as you guys can see, there's no information about Corey. We know nothing about his family life, about where he grew up. I mean, we know he's from Atlanta, Georgia, but we don't know anything about who he really is as a person. And honestly, it seems like this has all been done by design because Corey's trying to hide who he is. He does work with one of the sketchiest people in Hollywood, Scooter Braun, and it's not entirely clear what he does for Scooter. He works with some people like Justin Bieber and other celebrities, and he said before that he just gets things done. Honestly, I don't love that answer, and even though I know there's a lot of people like Corey in the music industry, again, like clearly, what do you actually do? Because it looks like you just get a piece of the pie from the celebrity, and what did you actually get done? He does have a very close relationship to Justin Bieber. He actually considers Justin a nephew to him, which I again find that very interesting. But other family members like Kanye West aren't buying Corey's story. And Kanye actually texted Corey telling him straight up that the family felt uncomfortable because they don't know very much about him.
Tell us a little something about yourself.
As far as what?
I just want to get to know you more. Where did you grow up?
Atlanta, Georgia.
What exactly do you do for a living?
It's not about a title, just basically making happen in the music industry.
Seriously, who the heck are you? And why have we gotten to this point where everyone around you is questioning who you are? But there is one thing from his past that has come back to haunt him, and it's not looking good because his ex, Sheree, has a lot to say. You guys may recognize Cherie from reality TV because back in 2003, she was on the show The Amazing Race. She then married a former football player for the Atlanta Falcons, and then they ended up divorcing. After her divorce, she made it back to reality TV, and she was on the show Hollywood Exes. So Cherie and Corey dated back in the day, and she actually came forward and started exposing Corey once he started dating Kris Jenner, because ultimately she wanted to warn Kris. She went to the Daily Mail and she told them that Corey is a violent man, which again, red flags right here. She claims that Corey got violent with her when their relationship hit the rocks, which again, that's extremely concerning because violence is never okay. But let's get into some of the details that she shared because their relationship was pretty crazy. So it looks like she went on some kind of press tour and she went to a bunch of different outlets and told them different things about Corey. She told Life and Style Weekly that Corey is controlling, he's stalkerish, and likely only with Kris Jenner for money and power. She claims that Corey would follow her around town. Quote, he would just show up at my house and come inside. I had to change my locks because he managed to somehow get a key. She also claims that at one point, Corey had even grabbed her and bruised her. So there you go. He's getting violent. And everything that Cherie is describing is a toxic relationship because it seems like once they weren't doing well, he was trying to isolate her from the rest of the world. She claims that Corey didn't want her hanging out with her friends and wanted all of her time. She also believes that Corey is trying to get through Kris Jenner, or at least got through Kris Jenner, because Kris was going through some personal battles because at this point, her former husband, Caitlyn Jenner, came out as a trans woman, and it wasn't looking good for Kris. So Cherie said that he looks for these broken women, and he's great at knowing what to say to build your confidence. So of course, Kris Jenner was broken, and Corey just showed up at the right time. But Cherie is warning Kris that she should be careful and sleep with one eye open. My advice to Kris is don't marry Corey. She said that Kris has a lot of power and money, and he wants to be a part of that. If Kris insists on getting married to Corey, then Cherie says get a prenup, which I'm sure Kris would, but who knows? So Corey's ex has gone around and done this press tour, and she's telling everyone that he's super money hungry, he's there for the money and the fame, he just wants to be famous, and it all is very concerning. But she didn't really bring any receipts. But that's until we find court documents where she actually claims how bad Corey was to her. So yes, Corey was exposed with court documents, and you can't just make these up because then that's perjury, so it looks like this is all the truth. Because Corey was so stalkerish, she ended up getting a protection order against him. That would be so creepy to have a guy like Corey just stalking you and following you around, especially when you know that he can get violent. Cherie said that Corey's temper is another thing that Kris needs to watch out for. He can fly off the handle over anything if he doesn't get his way. And even after she changed the locks to her home, he would show up and get inside anyways. Now let's take a quick look at these court documents, because this is a copy of what Cherie told the police about Corey and why she wanted a protection order from him. So Cherie claims that Corey follows her in her car, shows up at places that she's at, has held her hostage in her own home when she's tried to leave. He calls her phone repeatedly and texts her nonstop until she answers, and he has grabbed her and left bruises on her arms and her legs. He is also called OnStar, which is kind of if you have a car that's kind of advanced, it has OnStar, which whatever. Anyways, he's called OnStar to find out where her vehicle is located. So literally, he's trying to find her so badly that he's literally calling the programmer, whatever person in the car, to try to locate the car. So this is extremely concerning behavior. And if I was Kris, I would want a full explanation. So Corey's ex has described him as a violent man, and honestly, I don't doubt it. But I was trying to find some record of him getting violent, maybe on the Kardashian show or whatever, and I did find a moment where we could kind of see Corey's temper pop out, and it was an interaction between Kris and Corey and Courtney and Scott, because pretty much Courtney and Scott's child scratched their nanny, and Corey was like, I would have whooped that kid's ass. Like, what are you talking about? And Scott did not like that.
I'm sorry, but if he scratched me for no reason, I'm whipping her ass, and I'll explain to y'all later.
What?
I would whip her ass.
You would whoop Penelope's ass if she scratched you?
I would give her a spanking for sure.
My daughter? What are you talking about?
Scratch me
You
in
would
my
whip
face.
my daughter's ass if she touched you?
No, scratch me.
You would whip my daughter's ass.
I don't think he's
Hey.
meaning
He
beat
just
her.
said
He does mean that. He does
You
mean
just
that.
said you would beat my daughter.
I said
if
whip.
She scratched you.
I said whip. Not hit her to hurt her,
You
but
just said I would whoop her ass.
whipping is that's discipline, motherfucker. What you talking about?
Oh boy, okay, that moment was intense. And honestly, you can see that Corey is getting very angry because he doesn't quite understand what he said that set everything off. And honestly, I kind of agree with Scott because I'm kind of like, wait, what? I don't know. I just don't believe in getting physical with your children. But this is how that scene ended.
He's never gonna.
Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
he's
about?
never, because he will never be with my kids alone. And if he does that in front of any of us, there will be a f***ing issue.
Okay, so I'm not usually Team Courtney, but I'm low-key Team Courtney there because I would protect my children if I had children at any cost. But there are a few other reasons why Corey is pretty sketchy. I mean, keep in mind that this guy doesn't have as much money as Kris, so there's a lot of incentive to be there with them. Corey has about $3 million to his name, opposed to Kris Jenner, who's approaching $100 million. So there's a big difference there. Even though $3 million is a lot of money, it's no Kardashian Jenner money. And Cherie has shared in the past that she believes that Corey Gamble is a social climber. Cherie told The Daily that, again, Corey Gamble is a social climber and he sees the Kardashians as media's first family, and that Kris Jenner is not even his type. Oh my gosh, the shade. I mean, if you look at the big picture, there is a 25-year age gap between them, and Kris is in her 60s, so I don't know. I mean, it does seem a little bizarre, but at least they're both legal, because we talk about big age gaps a lot on this channel, but theirs is legal, thankfully. But Cherie told the Daily Mail that she isn't buying that her ex is serious about Kris Jenner. She believes that Corey is a social climber and just using the reality TV mom for his own gain. She also claims that Kris isn't even his type, but one of her daughters is. She said that Khloe Kardashian is more of his type. Kris is a little too old, but with her power and money, Kris could have been Betty White and Corey still would have hit on her, which, oh my gosh, rest in peace, Betty White, but the shade. But it does seem like Corey is trying to stay hip with the younger crowd. I mean, he likes hanging out with Justin Bieber and flexing his relationship with Justin Bieber, and it seems like he wants to be a young Hollywood star. One of you guys reached out to me and you shared your personal story with Corey from back in 2012-2013, and pretty much this person's brother was on a football team with Sean Diddy Combs' son. So Corey ended up introducing himself to her mother. They exchanged information, and a week later Corey was over for dinner. The mom was kind of confused because she doesn't understand why this younger guy wants to be with an older woman. He seemed a little bit desperate in her opinion, and this subscriber remembers being at dinner and Corey kept looking at her and telling her that she could be a singer, she could be a model, that she had a Hollywood face, and at this point she was 16 years old. I'm not sure what exchange him and my mother had after that, but I never heard of him again. I wonder if my story aligns with him wanting to be around a young crowd, which honestly is something I've noticed as I've done research. At some point in Kris and Corey's relationship, he was uncomfortably close with Kylie Jenner. I don't know exactly what to make of this because, in my opinion, it seems a little bit creepy, but they were hanging out and doing the most. And we really saw this because Kylie was Snapchatting all of it. So they were going on trips together, they are going to concerts together, and Kylie is dancing up on Corey, and it's all just very uncomfy. Another one of you guys emailed me and you told me about a moment you saw on the Kardashian show that you wanted to bring up. I can't find this scene on YouTube, but one of you guys shared that there was a family outing and Kylie was wearing a very skin-tight outfit that Courtney loaned to her. In that episode, almost the entire night, Corey is seen following Kylie around and in the dressing room and taking shots with her as she was getting her hair done. So it seems like he was just creeping up on Kylie the entire time. And I must admit that I do find it odd that they're taking private planes together, going on vacation together, dancing around and hanging out. It's just a little bit bizarre. I don't know. What do you guys think? Did Corey and Kylie have a fling? Probably not, because that is just so weird. But I'm sure that Corey's just looking around and creeping on these girls. But he does claim that he's happy with Kris's age and that they do a lot together. So here's a clip of him talking about his relationship with Kris.
So like I don't know. So I don't know the dynamic. They go to art shows. They go to dinners a lot, but they're both into art.
Yeah, we do like the art thing. We do, you know, she likes to do her shopping deal. I feel like being with your mom is better than being with any chick my age or younger.
Who knows if Corey is telling the truth or not, because at this rate, we just don't know anything about him. So who really does know? But a lot of fans do believe that Corey was pretty much hired because of the whole Caitlyn Jenner situation to make Kris feel better and to help her reputation. PR relationships are huge in Hollywood because they get the press talking and the public interested. And some believe that Kris Jenner and Corey's relationship is very much a PR relationship. A news source called Celeb Dirty Laundry actually reported that Kris actually pays Corey to be her man, which would kind of make sense because when is Corey working? Who knows? So I guess like Kris got to give him some type of an allowance. One article wrote that Kris was so embarrassed by Caitlyn's transition that she truly needed Corey Gamble to be there to save her. They write, according to the latest issue of Star magazine, which is BS, but Kris Jenner's relationship is as genuine as her face. Oh my god, the shade. This same article claims that Kris actually handpicked Corey, so I guess out of a batch of guys, handpicked Corey so she wouldn't look so lonely. They write, could all of this simply mean that Kris Jenner has Corey on her payroll? Could he be her stand-in boy toy to make her feel like she's young and desirable? Did she handpick a younger guy like Corey because someone her own age might not be so willing to stoop to her level of faking a relationship for money? Oh my gosh, who knows? The couple have been together for quite some time, so I don't know if they're actually faking their relationship. If they are, Corey's doing a really good job. He should be Employee of the Month. But Kardashians like Khloe aren't really buying Corey's story, and she's questioned him for quite some time. You guys have probably seen in episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that Khloe was not a fan of Corey. I mean, she was already struggling so much with Caitlyn's transition that Corey just stepping into the picture, she just wasn't ready for a new man to be in her mother's life.
Corey does tend to be pretty secretive, so me and all of the kids, we've been more on guard with Corey.
Naturally, this didn't sit well with Kris.
It's rude. I would never disrespect somebody.
He's
and say
allowed to
that.
have his opinions.
We are, show those vulnerabilities, and we're also transparent. Everybody thinks they know the whole story, and they don't.
Kris is right. We don't know the whole story, but we know enough. And I know that Corey's ex has exposed him for being violent and nasty, and seeing how he was yelling at Scott. I mean, I would not want to see Corey mad. Thankfully, it seems like Kris and Corey get along, so maybe they're a perfect match in heaven. But anyways, I want to hear what you guys think about Corey below. I did find like one article that claims that Kris Jenner like doesn't follow Corey on Twitter, which I found kind of interesting because I feel like if you're dating, like follow each other on Twitter, but maybe this is a transactional relationship. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here is my email if you have any other video ideas for me, because so many of you guys want me to talk about this. And let's go ahead and open this P.O. Box package item. It looks like it's from Maxie Squad, which I'm not entirely sure what that is, but it's wrapped up in like present wrapping. So I really wanted to just like open this one because the Christmas time is over, and I'm sorry that I didn't open it for Christmas, but really good packaging. So we've got a letter right here for Sloan from Kat and Maxie Squad team. So let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Oh my gosh. Merry Christmas with, oh my gosh, with literally like my logo thing on it. That is so funny. I love that. Oh, thank you. Hi, Sloan. I've been watching your videos since summer, and they're addicting in the best way. It's refreshing to see someone that is not only extremely hardworking, engages, and supports their followers, but most importantly, someone who uses their platform to bring light to situations that need to be called out and made right. You do all this and more. You do it so bravely and fiercely. Wow. So proud of you and all that you do. I know and believe that you're making a difference. I've seen you show your doggy quite a few times in videos, and I absolutely love her. And I wanted to extend a little love your way by sending your doggy some curly bully sticks from Maxie Squad, a natural dog treat small business. That created by your friends and me last year. Our dog treats are made from only premium meats, no hormones, no additives, none of that gross stuff. Oh my gosh, we hope Bunny enjoys the bully sticks. If you want to share any cute pics of Bunny enjoying, then tag us at Maxie Squad on Instagram, which I'll list everything below, guys. I threw in a little waist baggie with a leash clip because I know they're useful. Yes, they are. We give them out sometimes. If you'd like to share a coupon, 15% off all products with Sloan, SLOAN 15. Thank you so much, Kat and Maxie. That's so sweet. And I'll list everything below. And then we've got the little like clip right here, which is so handy, and I love that you guys have like a sticker and everything, and like that's perfect because like, you know, your dog's gonna go poo, so you better clean it up. I don't like when people don't clean up the dog poo because I don't want my city stinking. Anyways, and then here are the treats. I can like smell them, and I don't know if this is gross, but it's making me hungry. Like, ew. Protein rich, grass-fed, handmade, and health benefits. I'm so excited. Bunny's gonna be so excited for these. Like, holy crap. I'm gonna have to hide them until I move because my parents have a bunch of dogs and they will destroy these. So go and check them out and support a fellow subscriber. I will see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.